So welcome to another fantastic Faena Rose event. Mayor Jaylen Smith, the youngest African-American mayor ever elected in the U.S. What are we going to talk about today?
Looking forward to our conversation about, number one, my childhood and different other things of that such.
I don't know what you were doing at 18, but I certainly wasn't running for public office. He got elected, and here we are today to talk all about it. So strap in, get ready for another fantastic Faena Rose conversation with the one and only, you're not 18 anymore, Mayor Jaylen Smith, pardon me. Another one.
When I got in student government, my entire life started to change. From my 9th grade years, I was an advocate for students with disabilities because I felt that people would leave them behind and forget about them. And so my colleagues advocated for other things and different things, but I was like, I'm going to advocate for this. And so I challenged the state of Arkansas from my 9th grade year since I was senior in high school. And so the state got tired of me, and the state offered me a full ride scholarship to any college in the state of Arkansas that I wanted to go to. And I refused it because I felt like that's just something to pacify, but that's not going to really fix the problem as far as we're talking about the future.
What was the pivotal moment where you said, I can transition student government to elected official of my community?
When I started going to city council meetings, quorum court meetings, state legislative meetings, those meetings actually was mandatory for us to go to.
Okay.
So we had to go to those meetings to really come back and what to.
But mandatory in what way? What do you mean? For you, just in your own?
It was actually mandatory for our it was a policy that I implemented for everybody in the organization to attend at least their quorum court meetings, city council meetings,
for student government?
For student government.
You implemented a policy where if you're in student government, you need to take it beyond the school into the community.
Correct. And being in student government and also in government is actually the same thing. The only thing, the difference comes in when you're dealing with a lot of money. And so in student
government, bigger community.
Yeah, a little bigger community, a lot of funds. You're actually doing the exact same thing. You're writing policy. You're writing legislations, making different decisions. So it's different. It's the same thing, but you just don't oversee department heads.
You decide to run for office. You're running for office. How many people were you running against? What was your platform?
Great. When I ran for office, it was four people. Including me was 5.
How many really had a chance?
None.
I mean,
but anyway. but it was including me. It was 5 individuals that's running for mayor. I announced my campaign within a year in advance. Everybody else announced theirs in August.
Not surprised.
So when I announced that campaign, I ran on number 1, public safety, economic development, infrastructure, education, and also supporting small businesses. But the thing about it is everybody run the campaign. As in politics, everybody run that campaign. But what about public safety that I want to change? What about economic development that I want to change? And it's the same for the other principles. And so in the particular, when I went to talk to my residents, some of them I didn't do the talking. I allowed them to do the talking because I said I'm not the miracle worker, but I can tell you what I want to work towards. And so the people in my community want a grocery store. And so when I got elected to the office in 2023, I had a grocery store within that year in the city. Dollar General had a store within the community, and I made a call to Dollar General, and I said, hey, I see you all doing what those call a Dollar General market. So Dollar General market is your grocery store.
Sure.
And so I say, why don't you come to Earlton and do a grocery store? I said, y'all haven't built here in years. I never heard anything back from Dollar General, and I just came up and I see Dollar, and I went to the office, and when my executive assistant said, hey, Dollar General just purchased this land for a DG market. And I was like, DG market. And I went into my city council chamber, and I had a council member to tell me that we'll never get a grocery store. What they do in New York or what they do in other cities won't work in rural Arkansas. And I said, that's what you think. And so within that year of 2023, I wasn't even in office a year of office. And they came in, they started building a grocery store in November of 2023. And so
what is the hardest thing that you've ever had to do within this role?
Valentine's Day of this year, we had a major infrastructure problem within the city, which a lot of people lost water. I'm actually dealing with infrastructure that's 40 years old, which the people didn't know that. The people thought, well, we had greater infrastructure. Well, sorry to say we did not. And so I made a decision to turn the water off We reached out to resources and partners to get it fixed. Matter of fact, I hired a guy, a water manager, that this guy has all type of licenses. And the thing of the matter is, and we had a meeting about the decision. I say, I want it fixed. I can't continue to babysit the problem. And he said, well, I want it as well. And so we couldn't find that problem. We stayed there tirelessly to find that problem. Even though I'm the mayor, I was there in the dirt, also fixing and finding what was the problem as well, because people want clean water. I do too, but I want to make sure it's fixed and clean as well. So that was the hardest decision with people not having water.
How long did they not have water for?
They didn't have water for probably like 12 hours.
Okay.
12 hours, and it could have been longer than that. If we put a Band-Aid on it, it probably could have been put days and weeks.
Wow. Is this a Flint, Michigan situation or not?
This same problem happened in Oklahoma. I can't remember the city in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. That exact same problem we did, and they didn't have water for probably weeks.
Wow. And
so we could have been in that same situation. So the greater thing is that we found the problem, we fixed it, and that was the really end result.
Having elected officials such as Mayor Jaylen Smith represent the future of our elected officials and the future of this country makes us feel really, really great. Hopeful. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you, Mayor.